I'll set you up, Sam, by bringing the table up. Massive win for Stoke, 6 points in 3 games for them, and for Millwall. Nobody else won, Sam. Who is our cause for concern?
Oh, we're going to have a chat about Birmingham today. Done a little bit of a favour. It's early to be asking for favours, but Huddersfield's capitulation in the second 45 in their game against West Bromwich Albion has kept them outside of the relegation zone. But yeah, I think Stoke City can have a week off. Let's chat about Birmingham.
Yeah, so I had a lot of Birmingham fans in the watch along as this was unfolding. And when Huddersfield scored, everybody knew the permutations. Second that ball crossed the line, Birmingham are in the bottom 3. And all season, Sam, not all season, but as it's been unfolding, I've kind of thought, okay, take out Eustace, fine, let's see how that goes. Okay, put Rooney in, all right, fine, see how that goes. Rooney stinks the joint out, okay, see how that goes. The whole time, Sam, I'm thinking, oh, they'll be all right, won't they? You know, they had a good transfer window and a good start to the season. That will see them through. It actually took for me to see them go below the line at halftime in that Huddersfield game to go, oh my word, there's been chaos. The manager is not around for health reasons. And for the first time, I was like, oh, this is a problem, isn't it? How does that match up with your views on Birmingham?
Yeah, probably similar. Firstly, I'm getting quite annoyed, teams faltering, teams falling into the bottom 3 or the bottom 4, and all of a sudden supporters are like, oh, that's done. We're down. There was inevitability about it the last few months.
Like, it's a coping mechanism, Sam. You know it is.
Oh, but come on. Just support your team and hope, even if you are ranted for the next 10 games, that you can get a disgusting 1-0 on final day and stay in the division by a goal difference. Do you know what I mean? It's just so annoying. But you're probably right. It's probably a defense mechanism, reverse psychology, call it what you like. We spoke about the manager, didn't we? And of course, that can be really impactful. I think not having him around. I'm sure, I don't know him, but I'm sure Mark Venus is, a good character. Been in the game for 3-4 decades or whatever. Loads of experience. Sometimes it can take on that little caretaker feel. School teacher, caretaker, supply teacher, whatever you call it. I'm not saying that he's not someone to be reckoned with or someone that's got authority. Just that's the fact. You want the manager, you want the front man on the touchline with you, especially in these situations. So that is a concern. Absolutely. The away form, if they're going to stay up, it's going to be about the home form. That's clear as day. I think they've had 1 defeat in their last 6, all competitions at St Andrews. So the form there is pretty good. A little bit concerned, obviously, both ends of the pitch, which is a very obvious thing to say, but all of a sudden they've been hit with injuries and suspensions at centre-half and a ball into the box, which you would expect Birmingham City to be able to defend. The last knock into the game at Millwall, all of a sudden, is a massive problem. And that's probably down to A, the players that are missing, and B, maybe the lack of rhythm or conviction in the players that have come in. Opposite end of the pitch, memory serves, I think they scored 2 in each of Tony Mowbray's first 3 games in charge. Sequence of 8 games since then, they've only scored multiple goals twice. So there's been a drop-off there. Stansfield 1 in 8 games. Hogan nowhere near it at the moment. I think Jukovic obviously is just an impact, and you hope you're going to land one on his head. So I look at that lineup and I think back to last spring and what Sunderland were doing with all these diminutive, flair-playing attackers, Pritchard and Roberts and Jack Clark, and I see what Birmingham are trying to do, and there is something similar going on there, I think, with the attacking players that they've got, but they're not backing up with goals and assists and too much creativity right now. So it's not to say it won't happen, but I think that's probably the the facts at the moment. You've got some really good forward players in that lineup. Pritchard, ironically, at Sunderland during that period I was talking about, but none of them are right at the top of their game right now, and they're going to need them to be, especially in the home games this week, Middlesbrough.
Yeah. So
And
Borough at home, and then Watford at home, and then international break, and then go to QPR. Sam, I mean, we can't put it down to a 3-game run now, but that game in hand, when you look at a table that goes 38-38, 39-39, 41-41, 41-41, 43-43, that game in hand, everyone in the bottom half would love to have that game in hand, and they've got it tomorrow night as we recorded.
Yeah, of course. And if you can get the team up again, I mean, and I'd like, the Birmingham fans come back at me on this. That would be really interesting. And I don't know from memory how close they've come to the drop in the last few seasons. I know invariably they finish 17th or 18th or whatever it is every season. But if I can just talk about one of the fundamentals quickly, like the character of players that have been there and been in this situation previously, I'm not seeing loads in that 11 at the moment. And the squad, if you look at the 18, there is a bit more experience there, and there will be dotted around the squad, no doubt. I just think at the moment there's quite a lot of players that are probably in a quite unusual situation. So we will see. We will see what happens. Clearly, they want Bielik back. I think Sanderson got one more game to serve. Those two, absolutely from a physical standpoint, will improve you. Seen a lot of grief for Roberts at the weekend for the goal, and he's in a position where he can probably go and head it. But I think Bacuna was maybe marking Tanganga, which is a little bit of a mismatch to me straight off the bat, and I'm not sure. Roberts was kind of middle of the 6-yard box. He gets a shove from the goal scorer. So I think a few of them were complicit maybe in the goal. But again, I think that's probably, a product of having a few of your better headers of the ball missing at the moment.
There you go. So look, we could be sat here this time next week, Sam, and, they've got 4 points, or God forbid, they've got 6 points, and we're like, okay. The issue does seem down the bottom. We'll round this out because we need to move on. Is that it seems like every team now, apart from maybe Blackburn and Birmingham, have done a little 4-point splurge or a 6-point splurge over 2 or 3 games. So yeah, we will see how that pans out.